Hey Rob, what's going on over there?
Hey, Jim. Well, it's we're having a little heat wave over here right about now, and yeah, we're experiencing. We're lucky, and I thought we get away with the whole summer not having this 105 plus degree temperatures, but now we've got
Yeah,
them.
yeah, I can identify here in Florida.
Oh, I know. I
And
remember.
yeah, it's been a while since we talked, so I'm
Yeah,
glad
it
we
has
we
been.
yeah, I'm glad we
Yeah, we've
connected
been
again.
busy. The summer's really busy for us, and yeah, we've been, running around, taking care of our clients. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I wanted to, well, I did a little research. Let me just share a few things with you. I wanted to bounce a few thoughts off of you about the Netherlands. Now, there's this guy that I listen to. He talks politics. He's like an independent guy and he has a YouTube channel and he spends, I think, like 6 months out of the year in the Netherlands. And every once in a while, he talks about, what it's like there versus what it's like here in the US. So I did some quick research. Let me just tell you what I found. What's good about it? Number one,
Okay.
they said the quality of life. Have you ever been
Yes.
there before?
I've actually never been to the Netherlands. I have a number of friends who live there, and lots of people go there, but no, I've never been there.
No, no, me either. All I know about it is from, what I've seen on TV with the World Cup and all of that. But this is what they say. They say it consistently ranks as very high as far as quality of life goes, and compared to all of Europe, great
Hmm.
healthcare, great education system, and it says that they put a focus on good work-life balance. Do we do that here?
We're better than Japan, but not really.
Okay. The next thing they say it's an English friendly environment. They said a large portion of the Dutch population already speaks fluent English, so that's good, right?
Yeah.
A strong
I,
economy.
I have friends over there who told me this may be wrong, but they said they couldn't get their permanent visa to stay there until they passed the fluent Dutch language test. And one friend said, I finally did it. I'm officially Dutch speaking.
Yeah. Well, hey, maybe that's one of the reasons why I know this guy goes back and forth between there and the United States. Maybe that's one of the reasons why.
Maybe.
Matter of fact, talk about good situations. If I might be wrong, but I actually think the person has like an extra apartment there and they're just letting him use it. He's just paying the bills while he's there. So
Oh.
yeah, we need to build our YouTube channels and that way we can go to these other places and I can say, Rob, what's going on in Italy today?
Yeah, exactly right. That sounds good to me.
um okay, it's centrally located in Europe, so you can go to a bunch of other places very easily. Beautiful
Yeah.
landscapes. So okay, let's say we want to move there. What's the process going through SDC? What do we have to do?
Yeah, so we move people to the Netherlands quite a lot. Well, Europe constantly, Netherlands quite a lot. It's really much like any other part of Europe, for the most part, at least Western Europe. There's the come to the home, the assessment of what the needs are, the volume, what kind of packing, if there's special items, pool tables, glass, curio cabinet, statues, understand all of that. And then it's a matter of the logistics of shipping it to
Yeah.
Rotterdam. Generally, you're going to ship to Rotterdam, the giant port, and then clearing customs and getting things to the client's home. The nice thing about the Netherlands, though, is since I'm shipping to Rotterdam, so whether it's LCL, we've talked about this before, less
Yeah.
than container load. So, maybe the client's not taking a full container, right? They're going to share a container. That is automatically all going to go to Rotterdam, where it is separated and things go everywhere. So that is really nice. The clients are going to save a lot of money doing if they're going to be doing shared container. They're not taking a lot of things. If they are taking a full 1 or 2 bedroom place, 20-foot
Yeah.
container or more, 40-foot container, again, it's still going to Rotterdam. So the benefit in going and moving shipping to the Netherlands is it's pretty straight shot. It's not going to stop 15 times. So it's going to be fast. And the price relative to other places generally is going to be nicer, lower.
A little bit lower. Yeah.
And like I said, the timing it's going to be pretty quick.
Yeah. I guess they're like any other country where they have their cities and their more rural areas. But it appears that like the people that I see online that are living there, they're living in more in like a city type area.
They're living in Amsterdam or The Hague or in those vicinities. And the Netherlands is not that big. So even if they are in the rural area,
Yeah.
it really doesn't change the price much unless they live in the rural area where, like, it's a road that's so small you have to drive in and back out, that
Yeah.
kind of thing. But that's pretty rare.
Yeah. Well, do they have any issues offhand maybe that you know of like with customs things that you definitely can't bring?
Netherlands is pretty much standard EU stuff,
Yeah.
so it's the usual. Don't ship food, don't ship explosives and weapons and
Yeah.
large amounts of currency and gold coins and bullion, things like that. Pretty standard stuff.
Yeah. Like so if you brought your computer over too, I know in the UK they have like different electrical outlets.
Oh yeah,
Does that work there? I
yeah.
guess everything's
So
standard now, isn't it?
well, the configuration is different. So physically, like we're here, we got the two plugs in the ground plug, the three.
Yeah.
And they've got a different configuration like everywhere in the world does. But the bigger thing is, we're at 110 or whatever volts here, 110, 115, 120 volts, and 60 cycles a second, it's alternating current. Whereas in Europe, it's 220, 215, 220, 240, whatever. It's all sort of the same. And then 50 hertz frequency. So a lot of items that I tell my clients is that a lot of more modern electronics, like computers and things like that, are going to be dual current ready.
Yeah.
They can use here or there, just plug it in. Doesn't matter. And you can tell by looking at the plug, and we've talked about this before. Look at the plug, and it'll say input. If it says 120 volts DC,
Yeah.
then that's it's not compatible. But if it says 120 to 240, then it's the full range. And even if it isn't, I tell clients, look, if it's not a high amperage thing like a air fryer or something, which uses a lot of current, if it's a computer, things like that, you can just get an adapter from Best Buy. You might spend $19 on one, and now it steps down the voltage in Europe, and you still use it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's convenient. So it seems like everything that the Netherlands is doing. Now Holland, right? I used to use Holland and the Netherlands interchangeably, but Holland is actually a section in the Netherlands, isn't it? Isn't that how it goes?
I have the same problem with the Netherlands and Holland, and who's Dutch? I don't know. I thought Netherlands, Holland's Dutch, all the same, but
Yeah.
I'm
I read
probably
something
wrong.
about it a while ago. I looked it up where Holland is like a big section of the Netherlands.
Interesting.
Yeah, I didn't even know that before. That's because,
Huh.
again, we're from the same generation. So when we were in school, they called it Holland.
Yeah.
It wasn't until years later that you don't hear the word Holland very much anymore. You just hear the Netherlands.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to dig into that one and see. It's like the UK,
Now, being that
probably Scotland, which is part of the UK.
yeah, actually, you talk to somebody from the UK and they have a lengthy explanation about it.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah.
What's the difference between English and British? And
British, UK. Well, I'm from Wales. Huh.
and they get along there as well as some of the states get along here.
I know. Well, Scotland for sure. They got a little.
Yeah. So, all right. So SDC offers the groupage
Yes,
option in all of Europe, right? So that would include the Netherlands.
that's correct. We do groupage, which is a different way of saying shared container, but it's
Yeah.
our container. So
Yeah.
we're physically doing it. It's our container. We do groupage all of Europe, every part of Europe through it, but it goes into the port of entry in Europe of Rotterdam. Yes.
But you save more on groupage, right? Because you don't have a full container load and you don't have to worry about buying it from who would you be buying it from? The actual the actual people that own the containers?
Right. So the actual shipping company would then do the shared container situation, and we'd work it that way.
Yeah.
But when we do it, it's our groupage, it's our container.
You own
It's
it.
we got it. We're going to fill it up. We're going to take it to the shipping company, and it's going to go over to Rotterdam. where it is on them.
Right. Now, as far as like air freight and sea freight, so everything's coming in to Rotterdam via the sea freight. But is it the same with air freight? Is everything flown into Rotterdam? Is that where customs is?
No, it really depends. I mean, I can ship from, anywhere in the United States, Atlanta, Miami, Los Angeles, San Francisco, Chicago,
Yeah.
Dallas, Houston. It's going to go to, it's probably going to go to Amsterdam because that's going
Yeah.
to be the least expensive option. And again, the Netherlands is not geographically that large.
Yeah.
Whereas if someone's going to France, I want to know, well, where in France? I might send it to Paris. I might not. I might send it to Toulouse, or I might send it to, Lyon.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're probably going to go to Amsterdam if we do air freight to the Netherlands.
So with sea freight, what is that, like 6 weeks on average?
Depends where it's coming from. If it's coming from the East Coast, the eastern seaboard of the United States, it's pretty quick. I would say 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Door to door, depending on just so there are factors.
Right.
From the West Coast, groupage and LCL, it's going to take a little longer, slightly. Whereas direct shot full container, 20-foot or 40-foot container, is going to be quicker.
Yeah.
But I think I normally right about now, today being, early September 2024, I would say, 4 to 6 weeks from the East Coast, probably, depending on things.
Yeah.
And then maybe, 6 to 10 weeks from the West Coast.
Yeah.
Or add a couple weeks if we're doing groupage.
Now, somebody just asked offhand, why like the variance? What are just one or two things that create that variance? Is it the volume that's going to that location? Does that have anything to do with it?
The variants are, let's just assume we're doing a container.
Yeah.
The variants are, I can get a container at any time. That's easy. And I can take that container to the port, which is going to happen. But based on the price that we quote, we have to make sure that we have an open booking on the ocean vessel. So, if it's like you can Uber to the airport, you can get in an Uber right now, go to the airport and fly to Paris.
Yeah.
But at the rate that you have decided the maximum you're going to pay may not be available.
I got you.
And so you're at the airport, but it's not ready. So we're going to sometimes we have to wait. We have to match the two things together, the container and the ocean vessel at the right price, because, if you want to fly right now, it might be more, what I mean? Like, hey, you're flying today. Oh, that's going to be, twice as much. The other factor is, okay, we can still take the container to the port, but if you don't put it on the vessel pretty quickly, like in a day, they start charging storage at the terminal, at the port. And that's
never knew that.
$300 a day.
Wow.
So yeah, so we like to. That's our job, is to really try to understand what the client's needs are, what their flexibility is, try to do the best in terms of price, but we also have the constraint of trying to match things together, the container and the ocean vessel, so that we're not running into problems.
Yeah.
Some companies can just say, yeah, I got you, and let the chips fall where they may after the fact.
Wow. Yeah, you don't want that.
No, you don't.
Yeah. Hey, Rob, that's great information. If somebody wants to reach you, you're available whenever you're available, right? You'll pick up the phone.
Like I said, if I can pick up the phone, I do. They're welcome to email me directly, call me directly. I'm here.
All right, great. All right, Rob. Hey, great seeing you again. I'll catch up with you in the next video.
Likewise. Thanks, Jim. See you.
All right, bye.